a YouTube couple. What the heck? We're just giving our reviews. That's it.
Not reviews. It's like telling life.
I know.
Documenting life. Remember I said we don't do that enough?
I know, but at the same time, you're supposed to be living in the moment. Not everything needs to be recorded.
Not everything. No.
Are we ending this? Don't do that. Don't. But I just wanted to hop on and kind of discuss some of the things that I did not record, certain things, especially during the pandemic. What it's like going to a getaway house during the pandemic. So first and foremost, they say in the email that I received, they say that they're doing a more thorough and deep cleaning after each guest leaves. Which I believe they are, but few things. So with that being said, just because they're doing that cleaning doesn't mean that you shouldn't like when you first come in, kind of go over things yourself. I don't know about y'all, but for me, my mama always taught me bring your extra sheets, extra pillowcases, your own wash rags, things like that. However, this time around, I kind of was slacking because we were rushing last minute to get a few things together because we both work and I didn't pack everything ahead of time like I should have. But I did bring extra wash rags and I brought me some Lysol spray. So I was wiping, they provide you with paper towel. So I was wiping down everything very, very thoroughly. They provide you with the paper towels there, and they provide you with other wash rags and towels, and they provide you with body wash, shampoo, conditioner, and that's great. But we did bring our own bar of soap, true African black soap. We had that in a little soap container that we brought, like I said, with our own wash rags, and I just kind of wiped everything down. As far as the pillowcases, as I said, I did not bring what I typically will bring, and I did notice on the second day that one of the pillows was really stained, like yellow stained, as if somebody peed or spilt something on it. And what they did, because I was taking them off to, look, and you look for bed bugs and all of that, like you normally would at a hotel. But it looks like what they did was just throw another white pillowcase on it. And I should have taken a picture of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I didn't. And I'm not trying to bash them, but it just seems like, okay, if you have a stained pillow, don't just throw something over it. It's a pillow. You can get that at Walmart. They could have replaced that. Another thing that I noticed is with the toilet tissue in the restroom there that they had a used roll of toilet tissue, which is fine, I guess. But when you go to a hotel, you typically see like a full roll. They had an extra full roll on top at the very top, which you probably saw in the video. However, that roll that they had that was used was close to being finished. Like a few more pulls, it was done. And we did run out of it and had to go for the other one. So I was like, why didn't they just put a new one? They just took like a little bear sticker and pinned it, put it on there. So it's like, hey, not used, but it is used. Other than that, I would say it was pretty clean as it can get for being a cabin in the woods. As far as bugs, there was a fly that got in, and they do provide a fly swatter underneath the kitchen sink there. And I didn't use it. We just stuck around with that daggone fly buzzing in our ear for whatever reason, but we did. And then there was a spider. So there was a spider by the windowsill, the big window, and I thought it was dead the way it was rolled up. I thought it was dead, so I kind of went I blew on it, and it was very much alive. And so I was freaking out. My husband was taking a nap at the time, and I woke him up, and I was like, there's a spider, because it wasn't a little spider. And I'll show the picture of me zoomed in on it, but I ended up killing it. Sorry, I had to kill the spider. I couldn't sleep there with a spider in the room. But we did live with the fly. What else that I didn't picture? If you have pets, if you have a dog, they did provide a, underneath the sink, there's a water bowl for the dog. And I think there was even a dog leash in little baggies to pick up your dog poop. We don't have any pets, so that didn't apply to us. What else? There was a fire extinguisher. As I said, they provide you with paper towels and an extra roll of paper towels. They provide your dishes, utensils. That's another thing. These aren't plastic utensils. These aren't plastic plates. So again, in the midst of a pandemic, bring your own items. You'll see in that short clip I showed, we did use, we're not bringing our own pots or anything like that. So we did end up using what they had there, but before, and again, not videoed, I made sure I kind of wiped over everything again, not wiped, but washed everything again before using. Let's see, what else? I feel like it was pretty good. When we came the very first night, I had trouble punching in the code that they provide you. They provide you with a 4-digit code to get into the cabin, and ours wasn't working because I believe I had initially hit the unlock button before or after I punched in the code, because there's this little button and it has like a little unlock to it. So I assumed that you must hit that to unlock the door, but no. I had to go and wake up some other neighbors nearby and ask them if they had any idea how to put the number in, and they just provided us with emergency phone number to call. Thankfully, my husband still had some service. He has Spectrum telephone service, which I used to have, but I had just switched over to T-Mobile. And so unfortunately, the cabins in near Atlanta, Sucus, Georgia, I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, T-Mobile doesn't work there. So if you have T-Mobile, sorry, you're not gonna have service. It was dead service. But we ended up using his phone and called and got someone immediately on the line, and she was able to give us a new 4-digit code to enter it in, and she let us know that don't hit the unlock button actually, and just put the digit in and the door will open. So just a heads up, if you do that, yeah, don't hit that button. What else? And as far as my husband's service, again, he had Spectrum. He was able to go on the internet. It was very slow, but he still had service. Tried not to use our phone, obviously, because this was a getaway to relax and not do that. We didn't put him in the lockbox that they provide because we have self-discipline, self-control. We just didn't use our phone. But some of the things we did, as you saw in the video, we painted, we played card games, we did board games, we did a puzzle that we did not complete because it was a lot and it was overwhelming. It was a 500-piece puzzle, but we couldn't complete it. What else? We tried to go walking. It was raining on and off that weekend that we went, and we kind of just walked around in the area just to see like how many other, tiny houses do they have, getaway houses do they have there. And we didn't go on a trail because the nearest trail was a 20-minute drive to get to a 1-mile trail. So we were like, what's the point? We might as well just stay here. Another interesting thing that I attempted to do, which I'll show. Sorry that this video is going to be longer than I expected. Sorry, but skim through it. I don't care. We did not end up using the outdoor fireplace. We did not end up using that. We didn't cook anything using that. I just used everything in the stovetop. And like I said, it was raining. So on the day that it wasn't raining, we tried to do that little walk around. And then when I got back, instead of going and lighting the fire, I was being frugal and didn't want to pay because you have to pay. I don't know how much exactly, but you have to pay if you use that. They provide you with free s'mores, and the coffee and tea is on them as well. I wanted s'mores, so I took the lighters that they had in there. They had 2 lighters, so if you bring candles, you can have something to light it with. And I tried to do it indoors. I should have at least went outside, so don't do that. Obviously, I'm a big idiot for that. The alarm went off because I got it too hot in there. And they didn't burn as quite, as crispy as I would like them to. The chocolate barely melted. So if you really want your s'mores, do it the right way. Go and pay for the little fireplace that they have out there. Yeah. If I can think of anything else, I'll put it in word form in the description. I can't think of anything else. I feel like we covered it. My husband, I always wanted to do a getaway house, so that's the reason we did it mainly. Just, I wanted to try something new, why not? And it was a surprise to him. He didn't expect something like this because I didn't show him any videos prior to or anything. So he was frustrated the first night when we got there because the code wasn't working. So he was like, I know we didn't drive 2 hours, because it's 2 hours from where we live. And we can't even get in, and it's cold. It was cold. But it ended up working out. But he said at the end of, what was it, the third day or whatever, when we were checking out, he said he thoroughly enjoyed himself. It was really, really nice. And I'm happy that we ended up doing that. And on the way back, that was another thing I wanted to mention. On the way back, and on the way too, you'll notice for this one, the Atlanta Getaway House, there is a big, what are the words? Plaza? What do you call those? Why am I drawing a blank? What do you call those? Outlet. There is an outlet mall. I cannot think for a second. I forget the name of it, but there is an outlet mall. It has all the stores. It has Gucci, Michael Kors, all the Prada, all of that. A little outlet mall. It was really nice. We stopped at a few stores, got a few things. There's a Nike store there, Adidas, all the little stores you can think of. So on the way, you'll see it there. And so we definitely stopped on the way back because we had more time, and just shopped around, and there's a food court there, and you know, yada, 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 and got some food. So that was nice. There was an area to shop around and enjoy. Also too, big tip. If you're gonna go, I mean, my husband drives a truck, so we took his truck. I drive a little Hyundai, and I felt like we should have taken my Hyundai because it would have been easier. To get around, the roads are very, very windy. And when I tell y'all, I wanted to poop on myself because I couldn't take it. My ears were popping, number one. Number two, just with the roads, I felt like I was just holding on for dear life, like slow down, and he wasn't listening to me. So I was really, really afraid. But I would recommend definitely taking a smaller car if you have one for that reason. But it is a nice view. It's very scenic going around there and seeing the mountains. As you can see, I posted one photo there. So we did make a few stops and just took that in, you know? So overall, I would say I'd give this a 10. This trip was a 10, and I would recommend it to anyone, even if you do one night. If you're a person who don't like the outdoors, if you get bored easily, one night is fine for you. We did 2 nights. Very inexpensive. I would say book early in advance. I booked it kind of last minute, so it was kind of pricey, but they do offer a firm where you can make installment plans. You can pay once a month, a certain amount of fee, whatever they, you know, break it down for you to be. But I would say it's worth it, and you would definitely enjoy yourself. Bring things to keep you occupied so you don't get bored. Another thing we did before I go, we downloaded Netflix movies and shows. We didn't even get through all of them because we were so busy with our other activities that I had planned for us. But we did watch a few new movies on Netflix, maybe about 2. And that was so good because with Netflix, you can download it and you don't need cellular service or anything for it. You don't need internet Wi-Fi. So that was nice. But I hope you guys like this review. I'm Debbie, Deb, DJ, Deborah, whatever, husband's Trey. We're gonna try to make some more review videos for you guys. And if anyone who has locks watching this video, please go to my next video where I kind of talk about where I'm at in my lock journey, in my starter lock journey. So nice meeting you all. Welcome to my channel. All right, take care. Bye, guys.